I crave meaningless discord and violent chaos, which means I have no choice but to talk about Taylor Swift. But first, hello, I am Simon, and I have decided to grace you all in what is probably the most white girl thing I own, which is my Chapel Roan Miss Piggy t-shirt. And I've decided to come today because I want to talk about Taylor Swift. I do. I know for most parts of my channel, I mainly talk about Korean music. I have a lot of opinions about American pop stars and Western pop music as well. And I've decided today I'm giving into my darker urges. I'm giving into the temptation. I'm going to rank every Taylor Swift album that has been released, including the new one. And we will get to that, I promise you. But first, I do need to cover my bases because I do not think it is a hot take to say that Swifties are scary. Swifties scare me. Your devotion, frankly, horrifies me. It fills me with a type of terror that I cannot compare to anything else in the world. So I would like to make it abundantly clear that this is my ranking. I have actually been a big Taylor Swift fan for a long time. This is a true fact about me, I do technically own a piece of Taylor Swift merchandise, which is an original copy of Fearless. Fearless circa 2009. I do have a copy of it. It was the only CD we would play in my mother's car for probably a year and a half to 2 years. There's a very real chance the pop album I've listened to the most in my life is the Fearless album. And it's at my mom's house. And I'm not gonna go get it. I'm not that, I don't even know where it is. If I knew where it was at her house, I could be convinced. But I don't even know where the fuck it is. She might have thrown it out by now, frankly. But either way, that is when I first discovered, or really, that's when I first became a fan of Taylor Swift. And then I stayed that way for probably a decade. And then I became a bit more normal, and I have my resurgences, okay? I have my Swiftie eras. And I guess that's what this is. This is my Swiftie era. I'm back in it. But I do want to make it abundantly clear that this is just my Swiftie opinion, right? Your tier list can be the exact opposite of my tier list. They do not have to be the same because music is subjective. Alrighty, we have reached the tier list portion of this video. Or more accurately, I'm going to talk about Taylor's versions for 3 seconds because here's the thing. I was not sure how I wanted to do Taylor's versions, and you'll see they're on here. The Taylor's versions of the albums are on here, and I didn't have to actually make that choice. I will admit it, I did borrow a tier list. I stand by if you put your tier list on tiermaker.com, I reserve the right to use it in a video. I will credit you. I always put the tier list in the description if I did not make it myself. But either way, I'll put it in the description, right? Someone else made this tier list. I basically just found one that had all the Taylor Swift albums, including Life of a Showgirl on it. And that was what we used. And that's what we're using. And they're in chronological order, which I did like. I would have put them that way for my own psyche, but whatever. Back to Taylor's versions. I had to simmer on how I wanted to do them. And how I wanted to rank them. Because the thing is, the things I'd say about, 1989, right? Almost all the songs on 1999 Taylor's version are on 1989. So I had to decide. I came to a decision, which is that with some exceptions, I'm basically going to be doing it by how much I think they improve or what's the opposite of improve? Ruin? I don't know. However, their effect on the album. Okay? It's going to be exclusively about the vault tracks. Okay? I really do stand by. I think the best distilled versions of all of these albums, with one exception, is the originally released version. Now, there are vault tracks that I love, but I stand by, you aren't going to get, in my opinion, a stronger version of, Red than Red, right? Taylor's version is good, and it has its moments, but I stand by that Red is that girl, okay? That's what I mean. So I'm going to be doing it mainly about the vault tracks. The whole album is obviously part of it, I'm ranking the album, but, I'm going to be more focused on the vault tracks. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's run through tiers, okay? Bottom tier is literally what? These are albums I beef with. These are albums that I actually have major beef with, that I'm mad about, that make me upset, that make me angry. Okay, they go in the literally why tier. Literally, why did you do this? Why did you do this to me specifically? To me specifically, me and Taylor Allison Swift have beef now because she did this to me specifically, okay? Then, not for me, but not bad. These are albums that I understand and I appreciate in their moments. I don't really like them. I don't really listen to them. I don't really go for them. Okay, there are, in some cases, it's maybe there's an album that does similar things but better. There's albums that there are reasons. Okay, I'll always give the reason why it's in not for me but not bad. Then good but not fantastic. These are just solid albums. They're a good album. They will not change your life. They did not change my life, but they are good. Then a great album, again, very self-explanatory. It's a great album. It's a great time for whatever reason. And last but not least, genuinely goated. These are the albums that I actually do think deserve the hype and more. There will probably be 3 albums in here. 3 albums that do, frankly, I believe encompass every era of Taylor Swift. And I'm gonna get to them. Anyway, starting us off is, of course, Taylor Swift. The debut album by Taylor Swift. I think it's good but not fantastic. I think it's a good start. I do think it is required listening to understanding Taylor Swift. There are artists where I think you could skip their debut album. I really do. Like, I'm trying to think of an example now and I'm suddenly blanking. Selena Gomez, you can skip a lot of her early work and still get a very perfect understanding of her discography and her music. Taylor Swift, I think you need to listen to it, right? Like, Taylor Swift, the album. I think you need to listen to it. I think it's important for what she goes on to do. I don't think it's a fantastic album. Fearless, you already know. You already know I think Fearless is genuinely goated. I stand by there is a real chance that Fearless is my most streamed album of my lifetime. I would love to know the metrics. Unfortunately, that's just not a possible metric to obtain. I don't know how many times I listened to this album in my mother's car, but I love the Fearless album. To this day, I love the Fearless album. I am genuinely feral about it. Like, you could put on that album right here, right now. Like, half the songs would have me screaming. Half the songs would have me crawling up the walls, losing my entire mind. I adore the Fearless album. The Fearless album deserves the hype. Fearless Taylor's version is good. Oh, I did not mean to put it there. You go up a tier. Thank you. It is good, but it's not fantastic. I think the vault tracks are good. My main gripe with the Fearless Taylor's version, and I do stand by this, I'm like 20% sure she literally just like re-uploaded the old recordings. She sounds exactly the same. I swear to God, I've seen people where it's like, oh, your right ear is like Taylor's version and your left ear is the original, and I don't believe you. Okay, I listened to it when it came out because I'm obsessed with Fearless, and no, it's good because it's Fearless, but it's not fantastic, and I also don't love the vault tracks. Speak Now, the original version, I do actually think is a great album. I really like Speak Now. I know Speak Now is probably, by various metrics, the least successful Taylor Swift album, and I like Speak Now. I think Speak Now is fun. I think if you went into Speak Now expecting Fearless Round 2, you will be disappointed. And that was me at age, 11 when this album came out. But once you experience Speak Now outside of the context of Fearless, when you go into Speak Now as its own entity, as its own existence, I do think it's a great time. It has genuinely what I think is some of the funniest songs Taylor Swift has ever written. Like, I'm sorry, Mean is hilarious. Mean is iconic. Mine is also just fantastic. Like, there are some of my favorite Taylor Swift songs on Speak Now. The main thing that I think held Speak Now back when it dropped, at least for me specifically, is just that Fearless is better. Speak Now Taylor's version, not for me, but not bad, simply because I never listened to it. Like, for most of the Taylor Swift albums, if I want to re-listen to them, I do go to Taylor's version. Mainly just because it comes up first on Apple Music. I will not deny it. That's, probably 60% of the reason. But, I never in my life go to Speak Now Taylor's version. I can't explain why. I have no explanation. I don't think I even remember a single vault track off this album off the top of my head. I'm trying to now. And I can't think of what. So it's gonna go in not bad, but not for me. Red. Where do I want to put Red? I can't decide. I'm gonna put it dead center. That feels right for me. Dead center for Red. Actually, no, I lied. I think Red is a great album. I'm gonna put it up a tier. I do actually like Red. I think Red, however, is an album that kind of degrew on me. I think it's I don't want to say it's of its time. But I did love it when it dropped. And now I'm like, it's great, but I would have put it in genuinely goated had you come to me in 2013, right? And been like, weird, would you put Red in comparison to Fearless? And I'd be like, it's as good. And as a 26-year-old, I think that's a crazy stance. I think that's a deranged stance. I do not stand by that. I rebuke that and I refute that. It's a great album. Again, I think that it has some of Taylor Swift's most fun songs, but I don't think it's a goated album. Red Taylor's version is going in literally why I have such beef with Red Taylor's version. I have such beef with Red Taylor's version because why did she have to add what is essentially another studio album onto this? She could have dropped all those Vault Track songs as just like another album for fun. And then she threw them onto this thing, added like an hour to the runtime. No, absolutely not. Red, hold on, let me look. I'm gonna look right here, right now, in real time, because I am in Taylor Swift's thing on Apple Music. Red itself, the original Red, is not a short album. It is an hour and a half. The OG Red, okay? Red Taylor's version is 2 hours and 11 minutes long. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do not think that there is more than like 4 artists in the world that can justify a 2-hour runtime on an album, and Taylor Swift is not one of them. She is just not. I don't think that Taylor Swift has anything that's so important for me specifically to hear that I need to sit down for to be fair, I have listened to Taylor Swift for 2 hours, like non-stop straight through. I've definitely spent 2 hours and 11 minutes straight listening to Taylor Swift, but something about a 2-hour and 11-minute album makes me want to throw things. 1989. Here's my thing. We're doing a twofer. 1989, the original version, when it came out, I would have put it in Genuinely Goated, and I'm going to. 1989 Taylor's version is the only Taylor's version that I think took the album and actually improved it, because the vault tracks have never felt more like they were meant to be on the album than they do for 1989 Taylor's version. Suburban Legends is one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. Okay? I love it. 1989, actually, we're going to start with that. 1989, the original version, is one of my favorite pop albums of all time. I do actually believe that. I know the girls were mad at the time because it was like her full pop girl moment. This is when she went full pop. But like, it got hyped for a reason. I think this is another one that deserved the hype. 1989 is fantastic. There are songs on it that I skip. 1989 to me is actually one of those albums, actually most Taylor Swift albums, now that I think about it. Either way, it's the songs where like, the songs that I listen to are fantastic, are incredible, and I skip the ones I don't like, and I have a great time. And 1989 is that. I listened to probably 70% of 1989 in actuality, and I skip the songs I don't like, and I have the time of my life. My boss can attest. My boss, certified Swiftie, can attest. I listen to 1989 all the time. I'm always listening specifically to Taylor's version at this point because I love the vault tracks on there. But like, it's so good. And then the vault tracks. The vault tracks are so good. Suburban Legends, already established. One of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. Plus, Now That We Don't Talk. I love Now That We Don't Talk. The vault tracks on 1989 Taylor's version are, dare I say, some of the only vault tracks that actually justify their existence. Oh, Reputation. Where do I want to put you? Where do I want to put Reputation? I do think it's a great album. And again, I do think had you come to me when this album dropped, I would have put it in the top tier. I really do. Simply because I think I appreciated it more in the moment. I do love it. I love Reputation. I think Reputation is great. I think it's genuinely the coolest thing we got in the first, like, decade of Taylor's career. I think it's so interesting. I liked when she played with hip-hop. I think she should do it more often. Maybe not Future. I don't need another Future song with Taylor. But, like, I think she should play with hip-hop more. I think it could be fun. She may not feature Kendrick Lamar again. I hate his verse on Bad Blood. She may not feature Kendrick Lamar again. I do think they'd have fun writing a song together. She may not do it. She has wasted her opportunity, but I think Reputation was really cool. Lover is not bad, but not for me, exclusively for the singles. I can't stand the singles on this thing. I can't fucking stand the singles on this thing. And I know we all kind of hated Me when it came out, and You Need to Calm Down has been memed to all of hell, but like, the singles on this thing were rough. The singles on this thing were real rough. It has some great B-sides. Cruel Summer, I am a certified day one Cruel Summer lover. Before it went viral and became like a whole moment and went number one in like, what, 2023? That feels right. But like before, I've always liked Cruel Summer. London Boy is great. It has its moments. In general, I appreciate it. I don't think it's bad. I think it has justified its existence. I don't think it's for me. Why is Midnight's not in order? Go where you belong. We're talking about Folklore next. Folklore is also genuinely good. Folklore is so good. After Life of a Showgirl, I was like talking to someone and they were talking about Folklore and I was like, I haven't listened to Folklore in a minute. So I sat down and I listened to Folklore, and it's so good. Folklore is amazing. Okay? It's so cool. I do think that this is when Taylor Swift started making, like, I don't want to say full pop music, because we do have a pop album later that I do think is a good pop album, but, like, I think it's when she went a little... We crossed a bridge with Folklore. Now, with Folklore, I love it. I love Folklore. There is, I think, like, 2 songs on Folklore that I don't love, and the rest of them I'm crazy about. Last Great American Dynasty, genuinely, like, top 3 Taylor Swift songs for me. I'd say that with confidence. Invisible Strings was stuck in my head like 2 days ago. Admittedly, because I just listened to the album, but even so, I was thinking about it. Cause this album is so good. Evermore is not bad, but not for me. Simply because I think it's Folklore, but worse. I just don't think it holds up to Folklore. And maybe if we'd gotten like more than 6 months between them, we could have talked about it. Like, had they not been back-to-back albums, we could have talked about it. But they came out so close together that at the time I remember saying that Evermore just felt like Folklore throwaways. Like, it's like, okay, remember how when I was talking about Red Taylor version, and I said she could have released a studio album of her vault tracks? That's what Evermore is to me. I just think she took her vault tracks and released them as an album, and it's good. It's a good album. It has its moments. But, like, it's not Folklore. Midnights. Good but not fantastic. I do appreciate the poppiness. I always appreciate a poppy moment. But, like, it doesn't go far enough for me. That's the main thing that I think holds it back. Remember when I said we crossed a bridge of Folklore and she stopped making, like, full-blown pop music? That, I feel like that's Midnight. So, like, Midnight has great pop songs on it, don't get me wrong. But I feel like, in comparison to, like, Reputation, 1989, when she was making, like, pop music, it doesn't hit in the same way. There's something holding it back. Maybe Lover, actually, was the turning point, now that I think about it. No, because Lover has pop songs. Lover has Cruel Summer, and I don't think Cruel Summer like that could have existed on Midnight. We're getting distracted. Back to Midnights. Midnights is good, right? I do think Midnights is a good album, but it's not fantastic. I'm doing both of the Tortured Poets in one shot. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm going to pull out my phone again really quickly, and we're going to check runtimes, okay? The runtime for the final version of the final version of the Tortured Poets Department is 2 hours and 3 minutes. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. Here's the thing. I think it's the combination of, like, we were already societally so inundated with Taylor Swift, and then you add on the fact that it's so damn long. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There are great songs on this album. Do not get me wrong. Okay? There are some fantastic songs on here. But as a whole, as an album, why? Why did she do this to me? Now, for the album we've all been waiting for, the latest, Life of a Showgirl. It's good. I think it's a fine album. If I had like a fine tier, like something between these two, that is where I'd put it. I think it's good. I don't like it as much as the other albums on here. Actually, it's similar to Fearless Taylor's version, actually. It's fine. My main gripe with it is simply that it doesn't give Showgirl. I know this is not a unique gripe, but it is nonetheless my gripe. It doesn't give me Showgirl, right? Like, I don't hear this album, and I'm like, oh, it's giving Showgirl. The song, Life of a Showgirl, I think that should have been, like, the vibes of that song. Not the song itself, but, like, the lyrics should have been the theme of the album. The song is like, oh, yes, I'm all bright and I'm fun and I'm sparkly, but inside I'm not happy. And that should have been the album. This should have at least started with, like, a bright and sparkly and fun. I saw on, I think it was Twitter. It was definitely Twitter. I saw on Twitter, someone had, like, taken Life of Ophelia and remixed it to the beat of New Romantics. And it's amazing. If we'd had, like, a bright start to the album, not the whole thing. If we had, like, 3 bright songs at the start, maybe 4, that were, like, tried and true, dancey pop songs, I would genuinely say it's a great album. Because then we can get into it. Then we can get into the meat. At the end of the day, it just kind of felt like she took the vibes, the aesthetics of a showgirl, which is, again, bright and dazzly, and she made the Tortured Poets Department kind of music. Now, again, there were great songs on the Tortured Poets Department, and I do think there are great songs on Life of a Showgirl. But I don't I think the theming was missing something, and I do think that something was some dance songs. And that is my stance on Life of a Showgirl. Anyway, that is all I've got for you today. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Or don't. I don't make money off my channel. So, like, I do this entirely for the love of the game and for the love of yapping. I'm a yapper and I love to talk, and Lord knows I could do this about, like, every major pop girl. You want me to do Demi? Miley would be fascinating. Ariana, Beyonce, obviously I could do. Any major pop girl. I think I could do this again. I might do this again. We'll see. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Comment whatever you want down below. I will put the tier list in the description. Again, like and subscribe if you want to or don't. I'll be fine either way. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!